Hey, in this video I will be covering bag suffocation warning labeling on polybags. Alright, so is bag suffocation warning mandatory in the US? And it is, as of today anyway, required in a number of major states and also by Amazon, which, sort of makes it mandatory, de facto mandatory. There are differences though. So there are differences in between states when it comes to the specific conditions. Okay, like when do I need to have this warning text printed? May depend on the size of the bag, the volume of the bag. The size of the bag opening, the bag dimensions, and also the product type. Okay. Other requirements differ in terms of the sides you need to get it printed on. If you need repeated warnings for larger bags, and also the print size of the text. Now, when it comes to Amazon, they have set requirements, which I guess, I don't know, but I guess it's sort of a catch-all set of criteria to be, to be broadly compliant. And they require that all polybags with a opening of 5 inch, that's 12.7 centimeters for the rest of us, must have a printed suffocation warning label. Now keep in mind that could change, okay? They may have new criteria tomorrow. They also set requirements when it comes to the text size, as I just mentioned, bag thickness, and also barcodes. In the Seller Central, you can also find a warning label sample, like this one. But they have a number, okay? So this is just one that they provide, and it also depends on the product. Can you count on your manufacturer to print the correct warning label? No. The short answer is that you should never trust your manufacturer, as long as they're outside the United States, to know which labeling requirements apply in in the US. Okay, keep in mind, manufacturers, they are never compliance experts. They don't know. They may be aware of it. They may have an idea. They may have heard of it. They may have customers that in the past, they might be working with 100 different Amazon sellers, or US companies in general. That doesn't make them compliance experts, especially when it comes to details like print sizes, which size should you print on, the wording. Okay, so it's instrumental, it's essential that you provide a detailed print file. Okay, a file that basically what you see is what you get printed on that polybag. Okay, this should of course include the warning label text, the print size. You need to specify if repeated warnings are needed. Okay, repeated prints. You need to specify the print position. Should it be both sides? As I said, repeated warnings. And you should provide this in AI or EPS. Okay, standard formats for prints. Never assume that your supplier by default understands exactly what needs to go on that polybag. Now, how do you make sure that your manufacturer gets it right? You need to make sure that every batch, every shipment is quality inspected before cargo loading, basically before the goods depart from, say, China or Vietnam. So that's the only chance you have to avoid a very, very costly, that's a best case scenario. That's a best outcome if you ship non-compliant bags that you need to do repacking, but that's incredibly expensive. So provide them with the label files that they need and verify this through third-party quality inspections, which, you should be doing that anyway prior to the shipment, and it's unlikely that you will run into a lot of issues. Alright, if you want to learn more about labeling requirements, testing requirements, and documentation requirements for a range of products in the United States and the European Union, and counting, you can go to compliancegate.com/free and create your, you guess it, free account today.